Breaking developments coming in. And these are visuals that you see behind me of the Prime Minister. They're wrapping his visit to Jakarta. He's leaving Jakarta this after attending the ASEAN East Asia Summit. Remember, this was a short visit as far as the Prime Minister is concerned. And now he has to make his way back to India as we gear up for the very crucial G20 summit. Because remember, tomorrow you will have 3 key bilaterals. And one of those bilaterals, in fact, will be with the US President Joe Biden. Let's also now bring in our colleague Siddhant, who's been keeping a close eye on all those developments. Siddhant, just talk to us about the short visit of the Prime Minister to Jakarta. What was the aim and vision as far as the ASEAN East Asia Summit was concerned?
Well, look, if you look at the larger picture, then yes, there have been multiple deliverables, especially there were some key agendas which were discussed perhaps in the meetings when leaders met from the ASEAN grouping and Prime Minister Modi. At the same time, there was the second meeting with the East Asian countries. Now, the agenda which was discussed was trade, was in commitment for Indo-Pacific, furthering cooperation in Indo-Pacific. The situation in Myanmar is something which leaders wanted to talk about, especially when elections are going to take place in Myanmar. And then obviously the latest Chinese maps were point of agenda for each one of the nations from the ASEAN grouping. So there have been key deliverables. We are still waiting for some sort of a joint statement, or perhaps a statement coming from the host country. But other than the deliverables, other than the takeaways, this particular visit of Prime Minister Modi was high on optics and kind of a diplomatic gesture for Indonesia. Look, Indonesia was in a spot because Russian president was not participating, Chinese president was not participating, American president was not participating. So the last moment, as a diplomatic gesture to Indonesia, Prime Minister Modi find out time from his busy schedule, given his commitment for the G20. India is the host for the G20. He has find out time and he has gone to Indonesia to attend these 2 meetings. And the same gesture was reciprocated by Indonesia as they have scheduled the 2 meetings of the Prime Minister back to back, so that he can complete it in a short time and can get back to India. So now Prime Minister is finally returning to India, and we are getting these visuals from the airport where Prime Minister has again been welcomed by the diaspora and the officials from the Indonesian government. He is going to emplane for Delhi, and perhaps we've been told that late in the evening at around 7:38, Prime Minister is going to land in the national capital. From tomorrow morning. He's going to have a very busy schedule, holding bilateral. He has 3 bilateral meetings tomorrow, including with President Biden. Then there's going to be other meetings with the officials from the Indian government to take a review of the whole of the G20 preparations. Back to you.
Okay, Siddhant, we'll have to leave that conversation there. Thanks a lot for getting us all those details.